Hi, my name is Colin Sherman, and I will be talking about the fluid mosaic model. So, the first part of the fluid mosaic model consists of the phospholipid bilayer, which is shown right here. And as you can see, there are these circles right here, which are called the head groups. These are the hydrophilic portion of the phospholipid, and the fatty acid tails right here are hydrophobic, so they create a barrier right here, which is hydrophobic. And they move laterally. They do not flip-flop, so only in very small increments do they move laterally. Next we have the proteins, which to start off we have integral proteins, which are embedded within the phospholipid bilayer. They have the hydrophilic side right here, which is outside of the phospholipid bilayer, and we have the hydrophobic R groups, which is right in here, or the R groups that make it hydrophobic, and they move laterally. They do not flip-flop. Okay, next we have the peripheral proteins, which can be located either inside or outside of the membrane, and these can be bonded either in the phospholipid bilayer, which would be a covalent bond, which is very strong bonds, or on the integral proteins, which would be weak ionic bonds. And they are hydrophilic because they would be embedded either inside of the membrane or outside. And they move laterally. They do not flip-flop. Next, we have the sterols, which are embedded inside of the phospholipid bilayer right here. These are hydrophobic because they are embedded inside of the hydrophobic barrier of the phospholipid bilayer. They move laterally, but they don't really move much because they're basically stuck in that hydrophobic state. After that, we have carbohydrates, which are only located outside of the membrane, as shown here. So here we have the inside of the membrane going this way, and then up here would be the outside. So as shown here, the carbohydrate is on the outside of the phospholipid bilayer. This is also called a glycolipid, and the glycolipid is hydrophilic, and it moves laterally. It does not flip-flop, so you'll never find it inside of the membrane. And I guess to finish the rest of the fluid mosaic model, we have the extracellular matrix protein, which would be all around the outside of the phospholipid bilayer. And this right here is the glycoprotein, which either can be embedded in the phospholipid bilayer or it can be on the outside, like one of these. And the phospholipid can be embedded on the glycoprotein or in the phospholipid bilayer, on top of it, only on the outside. And next we have the actin filaments. Right here, and these are inside of the membrane. Last, we have the intermediate filaments of cytoskeleton right here. These are going to be inside of the membrane, which provides structure to the cell itself. And that should be about it. All right, thank you for listening, and have a good one.